Greetings all, Paladin here to give you an update on all things White Hats related. As some of you may know, we finally got our retail store up and running. That's been a project that we've considered and contemplated for several years, and we finally brought it to fruition at the end of February after hoping to get it open by Christmas and then January. And by the time we got all the mechanics installed and tested and ordered sample products to make sure that they were up to the quality that we wanted to offer, we've now got it open. We've got 15 categories making up approximately 150 different products. Of course, we have hats, we got mugs, we got t-shirts, we got sweatshirts, we got hoodies, we got pillows, we got phone cases, we got blankets, we got beach towels. So come in and visit the store, see if there's something you like to support our efforts. Shipping is free in the United States, and there's only a $3 charge for shipping to the rest of the world. All products either have the White Hats Media Group logo and or the whitehatsreport.com URL. We've also made some improvements to the website, including the retail store. We've revised some of the pages, and we're pleased to announce that we're going to be adding a blog for our newest White Hat, Lady Justice. Some of you may know her from some of our Vegas investigation. She'll be posting on a variety of subjects. We know you'll find her posts informative, thought-provoking, and always in the usual White Hat style, revealing. We've also opened a Patreon account with 6 different membership levels to choose from with full integration with Discord. In addition to providing content in the way of videos and podcasts, we'll be able to interact with members, answer questions, and cover a wide range of topics. So visit our Patreon page and click on the Discord link on the website and come in and say hello. Despite our reluctance to participate in social media, we've also opened a Twitter account. That would be WHMG, so we'll be posting announcements there and providing some tweets whenever we have a new video out on our YouTube channel or any other news announcements that we feel like are relevant. Now, since we've got this new foundation laid for going forward with the White Hats report, sort of an upgrade to our efforts, we will get back to providing content. And we're still working on episode 2 of the White Hat 48 video series. That will be primarily about the JFK assassination, some of the important events that led up to it, who was involved, and how they covered it up. As far as my lifetime goes, that's probably the most significant event. The only other thing that would even come close to that would be 9/11. JFK warned us about the deep state. He tried to give us various hints, and in some of his speeches, he talked about the secret societies. And we're going to cover 3 specific events that led up to his assassination and try to display and show that the deep state or the shadow government was alive and very well in the years that he was president from 1961 to 63. The concept for the White Hats report probably was born 25 years ago or so. Of course, at the time, we didn't realize that that was the case, as in doing financial or fraud-related work investigations, you typically accumulate a lot of information, collateral information that's not directly related to your target, but is part of your investigation. So you accumulate a lot of documents, a lot of peripheral people who may be involved, whether they be part of the fraud or they were the victims of the fraud. And through that, you build a database. And so in the cases that we used to work, we used to come across the same people over and over and over again. And so we could go back to the files and we could pull out information that we had already developed in prior investigations and utilize it. And what was interesting was so many of these fraudsters would continue to thrive in their uh, in their fraudulent activity, and law enforcement wouldn't touch them. And you'd actually have someone that was well-meaning that tried to get a deal done or an investment done, and they would get arrested for it and thrown in prison for, I don't know, 6 to 8 years. It's always money laundering and wire fraud and mail fraud, because you communicate through the mail or you communicate through email, and so you you get nailed for that. So anyway, through this whole process, we looked for a database program that could collate and coordinate and integrate all this information that we were getting, because we have files and files and files of various investigations that have a lot of intel. So through the years, as this progressed, we've hung on to it. We refer back to them typically. And in 2010, we made the decision that we're going to start releasing some of this information, some of it that was current in that the players who were in the news and who were running governments and running banks and running corporations, as far as their involvement and the fraud that they were involved with and the criminality that they were involved with, we decided to start putting it out there. So hence the White Hats reports were born. Our initial intention way back when was to create a media group that could put out this information, because the current media, I mean, they run cover for all these guys. They're owned by the same people who are committing all these crimes and who are committing all this financial fraud against the people. So we decided that we would start exposing that. And the problem with that if you're an investigator, you get paid by the client. But who's the client in this case? The people that read your information. So therefore, for us to take that step to where we start publishing the things that we have, and we do it on a full-time basis, of course, we need a cash flow. So that's what we're doing with the monetization of the White Hats reports on YouTube, with Patreon, with the retail store, and we've got some other things that we're going to be coming online here in the next few months, is a way for us to generate the cash flow that can support the effort of putting out the information. So this is what we're doing. We are pleased for all of our longtime readers. We are pleased for all of our new readers and contributors that will come into this game and help us. And what we need to say is that everyone can be a white hat. Everyone can be involved with this because it affects everyone. I know that probably doesn't make sense to people, but our whole financial system is a fraud. The Federal Reserve is a fraud. And at some point in time, perhaps we will be putting out information to try to simplify that down to an understandable level, because everything that you've been told about the financial system is backwards, it's upside down, it's inside out. It's just the opposite of what you've been told. You know, that dollar bill that you have in your pocket is actually not a dollar bill, it's just an IOU. So what do we do with those IOUs? Well, we trade them. We just trade them. It's like a mortgage, it's like a car loan, it's like a credit card bill. It has no value. It's not backed by anything. So anyway, we're kind of taking the next step in our evolutionary process, and hopefully that we can get the people that this affects, which is everyone on the planet, to participate in this endeavor. And you can all be white hats. You can all contribute to this, either with your time or with your money, because this is something that affects all of us and we need to get the information out there. And the only way that we can do that is if we have a cash flow to facilitate all the research and all the functions that we need to perform to be able to bring the real news, the real facts to our audience. So I just want to thank everyone for listening to this, and I hope that you will participate with us in some form or fashion. Everyone has a place in this process, and so it's up to you to determine where your place is and how you can contribute. But like I say, it affects every single one of us, and it's going to take every single one of us to fix the problem that we're in right now. Thank you. Paladin out.